towards the end of Form 1, I wanted to drop out.
Of high school?
Yes. Form 1.
Oh, so that's the story you'd mentioned at the beginning.
Because I didn't see, everybody wants to go to university.
Yeah.
Me, I don't want to go to university. I want to go and do music. In fact, because I hadn't spent any money buying weed, I bought a whole like punch bag.
Where?
So I went.
Kwambia mwili pole.
I met up with my friends. We rolled some king size joints. And I'm like, it's been a whole week. You know, the way people, they've been working for a whole week and then on Friday they just want to go and have their beer.
Yeah.
So that's how it was. I'm like, now this is well deserved. So I go. I took 2 puffs and I had a panic attack.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to This is ADMI. If you're just catching us here, tafadhali, you're missing out on a lot. There's a lot of gems that have been shared in the beginning, so just go to the beginning of this playlist. We are sitting down with Papa Billions, or Ian Gitau Kimasha, who is currently the sound engineer for Philip Productions. He has worked on several projects like Anastro To, Mkurugenzi Stories, Makosa Ni Yangu. Well, if you watch Makosa Ni Yangu, you know Makosa Ni ya Pascal, but that's a fight for another day. And we are continuing with his story. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and apply. This is where your passion becomes a profession. This is where your dreams come true. This is ADMI. Billions.
Yes.
We are diving back into your story, and the last part we shared was, I think we were talking about birth order. So just you and your sibling, and I think we want to take it from your high school life. So Form 1, Dagoretti High School, home life is very shaky because it's post-divorce, let me say that. It's post-separation, so it's a very hostile environment. You're trying to escape, and then you find this group of people in school. So I think I'll take it back a little bit and maybe ask how your academic life was in primary school. Were you a person who was very education-oriented? Were you a self-aware student?
Yeah, I can say my primary life has been up and down.
Okay.
There was a time I was doing well. Now that's lower primary. Then came upper primary. I started failing. I think that's when now problems started at home. So I think there was a direct reflection of how my home life changed my school life.
Yeah.
So that's now when I started wanting to spend more time outside.
Yeah.
You know, playing in the band. I didn't really want to sit in class and, you know, do something.
Yeah.
Then now towards class 8, I think that's when I became more serious with school.
Yeah.
Started loving school. Now when I went to Ukunda, I think the competition wasn't too bad. So yeah, I could fit in academically with the rest of the people.
Yeah.
And I did well, I can say in class 8. I did well. I got 375 marks.
Oh.
And I was actually the head boy of that school at that time.
Leadership.
So, yeah, it ended with a blast.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So 375, you're the head boy, and now you go to Dagoretti High School.
Yes.
Does that same passion transfer to books, or you were distracted?
No, no.
Okay.
Form 1, I never got a C.
No kidding.
A C was, I used to aim to get a C. Because life was so different.
Yeah.
Like the teacher comes in class, they talk for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, now write notes.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean write notes? You're supposed to give me the notes. So it was very, very hard. I took a lot of time trying to catch up. I remember I used to even kosana with teachers because they didn't understand why I'm lazy. And I'm, at the back of my head, I'm like, it's not that I'm lazy. I'm just not used to, like, because you'd give me a textbook to write notes, and I'm like, So where do I start? Should I write everything? Should I, like, I didn't know how to summarize at that time because, you know, in a private school, the summary is done for you. So yeah, it was very difficult for me.
I completely understand. I think the Kenyan, well, let me not say the Kenyan, the public school system, which is also what I've gone through, does not entirely cater to every type of mind. So the reason why I asked whether you were a self-aware student, it's because in hindsight, it's when we look back at these things and realize whether if I took these things seriously, I could have read and I could have understood, but we're still children. So what do you know about being self-aware? So if it's hard, you just give up and walk away. If it's easy, you flow with it. So I think my question is, in primary school, were you excelling because to a certain degree it was easy? Not easy in terms of like it's simple information, but it was easy for you to get this information. Because primary school level, it's also a very, not an easy curriculum per se, but it's not far from the norm. If you're an excellent child, you're going to excel.
Yeah. I could say I was maybe average.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were some subjects I loved, some I didn't.
Okay.
Like, I loved math. And coming to think of it, I think it was more of, I had started rebelling at that time. So I knew I had to read and understand. But I just didn't pay attention to it. Yeah.
So that rebellion, well, we've seen it manifest in the form of drug abuse.
Yes.
Now you've mentioned not being intentional with your education.
Yes.
My question is, what were you rebelling against? Like,
At that time. My parents at that time had started, you know, having fights here and there. And then I also felt like my dad wasn't really giving me what I wanted, you know, because as a kid, as much as school is important, you also care about toys, you know, games, PlayStation, stuff like that.
yeah.
So, and then now you're living in a neighborhood where in every household, everyone has a PlayStation, you know, everybody has toys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that is what really made me feel like, in fact, in primary, I was actually suicidal.
Wow.
Yeah, primary, I was suicidal. Because I was like, you know, my life is so hard. I know this is going to be an insult to guys who have actually gone through, you know,
Tough times.
Tough times.
Yeah.
But for me, at that time, I felt like my life was so hard. So I just didn't concentrate with school as much.
So,
I don't know if I'm answering your question right.
Yeah, you have actually, and you've also brought up something very important that we missed. Let me just hone down on that suicidal bit.
Yeah.
So your parents are having conflict with each other.
Yeah.
How are they having conflict with you?
No.
So what then is this that makes you think that life is not worth living?
My idea of a perfect family was not the one that I'm seeing.
Okay.
Because, you know, I think as a kid, you don't know that you're comparing yourself, but you do it subconsciously.
Yeah.
I used to spend a lot of time at my friend's place, you know, and I look at them, I'm like, hey, okay, these guys seem happy, you know. These guys are being called for lunch. Me, during lunchtime, who's coming to call me? So, yeah, I think I admired that kind of life that I didn't see at home. So that's when I started noticing, why is home not like this? Yeah. So, in fact, I used to spend more time at my friend's place and forgetting that I have a home. So, Casey, the cases that I had at home were, why are you coming home late? Why are you coming home late? Because that's where I used to spend most of my time. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that answers my question. Back to high school, back to not being intentional with your studies. What did you love about school then? What made you, what what hope were you clinging on to in that environment?
Okay, let me tell you this first. In primary, I went to 4 different schools.
Oh.
Yeah. I started with a school called Highway. Then I went to a school called Riara. I did Riara class 1 to class 4. Then class 5 and 6, I went to Lukenya.
Okay.
Class 7 and 8, now I went to a school called Word of Life in Ukunda. So now, in Riara, that's when I started now getting into the band. So I loved that. Playing in the band. But now, class 1 to class 4, you can't be trusted with, especially a horn instrument.
Yeah.
So you'd be given maybe the drums, things that don't require you to put in much effort. Then I was transferred. So that's where now my first, trouble started, because class 1 to class 4, I'm waiting to get to class 5 so that now I can start playing the horn instruments. I'm transferred. So I'm like, why? I was this close. Class 5 and 6, I go to Lukenya. Luckily, they also had a band.
Yeah.
So now that's where I got to play the trumpet. I actually lied to them that, yeah, I know how to play the trumpet. So they gave me a chance and it worked. Because no one else was interested. I was the only one who was interested. So it worked. So class 5, I've taken that whole year training to play the trumpet. Class 6, now I'm even playing the national anthem, in assembly. They transfer me. I'm like, the school I go to in Ukunda has no band.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It is just a school.
Yeah.
You go there, read, go back home. So life became boring. I didn't like it at all. So now in class 8, I think that's now where I was like, you know what? Let me just read. Because now I wanted to pass so that I can go to a good high school that has
instruments
and has a good band.
Yeah.
So I was looking for schools. I wanted to go to schools like Lenana, schools where I knew music would be something good.
Yeah.
So I think I loved the music about school. I loved going to school because of music more than really going to study.
For school. That makes sense. So the question was, and thank you for that insight. It really helps us paint the picture. The question was, now in high school, what then do you hold on to? Because I'm assuming Dagoretti did not have music and a band.
It did.
It did?
It did.
Interesting.
Yeah, Dagoretti had a band. And I went there, just like the way I did in Lukenya. I told them I play the trumpet. Since the people who are playing, or rather the person who was playing the trumpet was a Form 4, they really didn't have time to go for music festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now I also had another conflict. Because now I got introduced to playing rugby. The time for practice for rugby and the time for practice for the band were at the same time. So every time I went to play the trumpet, my rugby captain would always complain that, sasa unaenda kucheza hizi vitu, hakuna future hapo, you come play rugby. Because also my father and his friends were rugby lovers. So I really felt like I need to fit into their shoes.
Okay.
So yeah, I can say in Dagoretti there was that conflict of rugby. If you notice, I'm not talking about school.
Yeah.
Me, I didn't like education at all. Me, I used to wake up morning to evening. I'm just passing time waiting for evening so that I can go either play sports or play the trumpet.
Wow.
I was so disconnected from class.
Wow.
I hated it. Yeah, so Dagoretti, I played the trumpet. And actually, it's funny because the guys who I played with at that time, the guys who were in Form 4, right now, they're really doing well in music. Some of them are like good saxophonists. Can't really remember their names, but I see them on social media. So
okay,
I can say it was a good foundation for music.
I love that. I love that. I think Now I'm curious, in
Yeah.
every high schooler's life, especially the people who perhaps don't perform very well, not perhaps, it's obvious they don't perform very well, there is a moment of awakening, perhaps a motivational speaker or a lecture from your favorite teacher, or maybe you see your parents struggling to pay your fees. Did you ever come across such a moment that made you...
I didn't care.
Nada, no one got through to you.
I didn't care at all. I didn't care at all.
So, okay, help me understand then what that looks like. Because these are the things that moved us, you know,
Yeah.
the outside world, you know, you need to be able to go to a good university. And if you don't get a good grade, you won't be able to go to a good university. None of that got through to you. So what were your thoughts towards the future and tomorrow?
Towards the end of Form 1, I wanted to drop out.
Of high school?
Yes. Form 1.
Oh, so that's the story you'd mentioned at the beginning.
Because I didn't see... Everybody wants to go to university.
Yeah.
Me, I don't want to go to university. I want to go and do music.
Okay.
You get?
Yes. Can I interject with a question here?
Uh-huh.
So the reason why everyone wanted to go to university, it's because I think we had been effectively programmed.
Yes.
The rat race programming begins very young. So we knew that the reason why we have to go to university is so that we can get better chances of acquiring a job in the outside world.
Yeah.
And even that music, it was now being provided in university. What is this that you had found on this, let me say, tributary or parallel path that made you not value this direction that was constantly being preached to us?
So, I had a lot of influence from music, Akina Dr. Dre, stuff like that. And these guys were living a very flashy life.
Yeah.
Where I grew up, people who went to school were struggling. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if I saw my dad driving a V8, maybe I would have considered. But now, the people who I'm looking at, who are, you know, talking about education, they're not as rich compared to what I see on, you know, in music videos, and, you know, I'm seeing, this music has money. So that is what I really wanted to do. And mind you, I had an uncle who was now Chris Bitok, who was really famous in, or rather, is really famous in the music industry.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think that is the path I should take.
Yeah.
Why am I wasting time here to go and suffer in university and then come outside the university and still suffer more? So I don't think I had anyone who had gone to school who I could have looked up to. Yeah, everybody who went to school was just complaining. Life was hard for them. We are done with school, we can't get jobs. I saw my dad struggle with school, you know, because even when he was in his late 30s at that time, he was still trying to, you know, get his master's, get his PhD. I'm like, when does it ever stop?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, when do I look at you and say, okay, your school paid off?
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
So I don't think I looked up to anyone who was in school at that time.
Yeah. That makes sense. And I think you are an independent thinker, which should honestly be encouraged. So you're in Form 1, you want to drop out. What was the reason, and did you follow through?
Because now because of that reason, where I'm like, I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
If I start, or if I focus with this music now, in the next 5 years, I'll be very far, you know, and life will open doors. So yeah, that's why I wanted to drop out. I didn't see why I was wasting time, you know,
Did you
in
follow
a class. Did I?
Follow through with the dropping out?
Yes, I went to my dad. I told him, Dad, you know, this school is not making sense to me. I want to drop out and focus on music. And he was like, you crazy. He didn't even want to listen to me. He told me, let me not hear you talk about, you know, that thing again.
Yeah.
So it failed terribly.
Okay, so at the beginning you'd mentioned a story that I think now we can understand better with all this context, where you, I don't know whether you dropped out, but it accompanied the abusing weed story going to Nairobi. So what part of life was
It's now because at home no one is listening to me.
Yeah.
I'm spending more time with my friends.
Yeah.
And my friends are like, So, you know, when you're watching those music videos, there's that influence that you're getting. You're like, hey, you know, you're listening to Akinari Cross, you know, they're telling you, hey, you know, make money and stuff like that. So that is what I'm looking up to. And if you notice, these guys in their music videos, all they advocate for is drugs.
Yeah.
So that ended up becoming the life, where we're like, you know, if we just follow this path, one day we'll become rich, you know. And we actually met very rich people who now I can say maybe they were just scammers. But at that time, when you looked at them, they were very flashy, you know, they drove big cars and stuff like that, just by living that life.
Okay. Who are these people? Where are you meeting them? Sorry.
In clubs.
Ah.
I started going to clubs when I was in Form 1.
Wow.
Hey.
Listen and we don't judge.
I started clubbing when I was in Form 1. Yeah.
So, okay, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Dagoretti High, is this a boarding school or a day school?
It's a boarding school.
How do you get to clubs?
So, 2016, Form 2, first term, I was expelled from Dagoretti.
What was the reason?
They said I was peddling drugs. I still feel bad because I wasn't. But I understood.
Yeah.
So they said I was peddling drugs, took me for a drug test, and I was positive.
Yeah.
So even they were like, you see, he's a peddler. So I was expelled. And in fact, because my parents had panicked for that, they took me to rehab for 1 week. I remember I went to Chiromo for 1 week. And that was the worst mistake I think they did because, yes, it was out of love because they were worried about me. But in rehab, you meet people who now are really rebellious. The guys who, they've been forced to go there. And they're like, mi nikitoka hapa. So imagine that's the company you're working with. Guys who are like, So me, I left rehab and now I became worse.
Wow.
Because I was like, Yani, you took me to rehab. And I was just, you know, starting out like, hata sikuwa mbaya sana. In fact, I was afraid of even smoking weed.
Yeah.
Because every time I'd go home smelling, you know, they would question me. But now they're like, hey, you're going to rehab. I was like, Mimi, rehab. I'm a good kid.
Yeah.
There are bad kids out there.
Yeah.
So I go to rehab, I come out, I tell my dad, in fact, I don't want even to go back to that school.
Yeah.
Or rather to go back to 844. Take me to a GCSE. So, GCSE, at that time, there was a school in South Sea that was offering like home tuition. So I started going there. Did my home tuition. There I met now other guys who had also been rejects from school. So that is what we used to do. Go to school, smoke weed, pass the day, go back home.
Yeah.
It was, now that became the lifestyle. So I think now that's when I became even worse. And then now at that time, I don't even care anymore about music.
Yeah.
Because now where I'm at home, like this, I can't do music anymore. So I'm like, wacha tu niishi mimi.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah. So I do my O-levels. I finish my... So now in 2016, now this season where I was becoming really rebellious and stuff like that, one of my aunties comes to me. And she's like, you know, the way you're going, you know, life is not going to be good for you.
Yeah.
So I actually decided to listen to her. I said, okay, so I'll stop.
Yeah.
So I stopped weed for a whole week. On Friday, I'm like, doesn't make sense. Let me just go. So I go to the peddler. In fact, because I hadn't spent any money buying weed, I bought a whole like punch bag. So I went.
Kwambia mwili pole.
I met up with my friends. We rolled some king size joints. And I'm like, it's been a whole week. You know, the way people, they've been working for a whole week, and then on Friday they just want to go and have their beer.
Yeah.
So that's how it was. I'm like, now this is well deserved. So I go. I took 2 puffs and I had a panic attack.
Wow.
And this panic attack was so bad, I was hallucinating because I was seeing things that did not. Nilikuwa naona nika ni shetani ananifuata, you know. So I went to my mom and immediately I apologized. I told her, you know what, I'm leaving this thing completely. So that's how I quit weed. So I quit weed and I told her, I'm going to church with you. Now that's when she told me, hey, let's go to church.
Okay.
So I went to Papa Center. So anyway,
Yes. Awesome. That's actually a good place. We are taking another short break, ladies and gentlemen. If you're loving this story, the least you can do is like, comment, subscribe, and apply. For heaven's sake, apply. Whether he's here because he's an ADMI alumni, but we're getting to that. Remember, this is where your passion becomes a profession. This is where your dreams come true. This is ADMI.